Hello, everyone. Welcome back to day 5 of our 10-day English learning challenge. I'm Jennifer, and I'm so happy to have you here with me. Can you believe we're already halfway through our challenge? Time flies when you're learning and having fun. Today, we're focusing on something crucial for every English learner, grammar. But don't worry, we're going to make it fun and easy. We'll do it through a story that will help us understand key grammar points. If you're ready, let's dive right in. Grammar can sometimes feel like a puzzle, but once you understand the rules, everything starts to fit together nicely. Today's story will help us explore some important grammar topics like past tense, present perfect tense, and conditionals. We'll go through the story together, break down the sentences, and learn how to use these grammar points in real-life situations. Sound good? Let's get started. Introduction to the story. Today's story is called A Surprise from the Past. It's about a young woman named Emily who finds an old letter that changes her understanding of her family's history. As we go through the story, I'll highlight key grammar points and explain them. Let's get started. It was a rainy Sunday afternoon. Emily was bored and decided to clean out her attic. As she was sorting through old boxes, she found a dusty, old letter. The letter was written in beautiful handwriting, and the envelope looked ancient. Curiously, she opened it. The letter was dated May 5, 1920, almost 100 years ago. It was addressed to her great-grandmother Mary. Story: A Surprise from the Past. As Emily read the letter, she discovered that her great-grandmother had a secret admirer. The letter was full of sweet words and expressed a deep love and admiration. It said, "I have loved you from the moment I saw you. You are the light in my life, and I cannot imagine a day without thinking of you." Emily couldn't believe what she was reading. Her great-grandmother had always been a serious woman, and Emily had never imagined her having a romantic past. The letter continued, "If you feel the same way, meet me at the old oak tree by the river at midnight. If you don't come, I will know you do not feel the same." Emily was intrigued. Did her great-grandmother meet this mysterious admirer? She had to find out more. Emily decided to visit her grandmother, who was now living in a retirement home. When Emily showed her the letter, her grandmother smiled and said, "Ah, so you found it. I have been wondering when someone would discover that letter. My mother, Mary, kept it hidden for years." "Did she ever meet him?" Emily asked, her eyes wide with curiosity. "Yes," her grandmother replied. "She met him at the old oak tree. They talked for hours, but they knew they couldn't be together because of their different backgrounds. However, they remained friends for the rest of their lives. That letter was a symbol of the love they shared, even if it was not meant to be." Emily was amazed. She had always thought of her great-grandmother as a strict and serious woman, but now she saw a different side of her. She realized that everyone has a story, and sometimes those stories are hidden in the most unexpected places. Grammar breakdown and explanation. Wasn't that a beautiful story? Now, let's dive into the grammar points we just heard in the story. We're going to focus on 3 key grammar areas: the past tense, present perfect tense, and conditionals. Let's start with the past tense. 1. Past tense. In the story, we saw many examples of the past tense. The past tense is used to describe actions that happened in the past and are now complete. For example, Emily found a dusty, old letter, or she read the letter. These actions happened in the past and are finished. Here are some more examples from the story. Emily decided to clean out her attic. The letter was dated May 5, 1920. Her great-grandmother had always been a serious woman. These sentences describe actions or states that occurred in the past. The past tense is often formed by adding ed to the end of regular verbs. However, there are many irregular verbs in English, like find, found, read, read, and be was / were. Let's practice. I'll say a sentence in the present tense, and I want you to change it to the past tense. Ready? I clean my room. In the past tense, it becomes, I cleaned my room. Great job! Now, let's move on to the present perfect tense. 2. Present perfect tense. The present perfect tense is used to describe actions that happened at some point in the past but are relevant to the present. It's formed using have or has plus the past participle of the verb. In our story, we saw this sentence: Emily has always thought of her great-grandmother as a strict and serious woman. The action of thinking happened in the past and continues to influence the present. Here are more examples from the story. I have loved you from the moment I saw you. They have remained friends for the rest of their lives. These sentences show that the action started in the past and has an impact now. It's a great way to connect the past with the present. Let's practice again. I'll say a sentence in the simple past tense, and I want you to change it to the present perfect tense. I visited my grandmother. In the present perfect tense, it becomes, I have visited my grandmother. Fantastic! Now, let's discuss conditionals. 3. Conditionals. Conditionals are sentences that describe a condition and a result. They often use if to show the condition. In our story, there was a conditional sentence: if you feel the same way, meet me at the old oak tree by the river at midnight. This is a first conditional sentence, which is used to talk about real and possible situations in the future. It uses the present tense in the if clause and will in the main clause. Here's the structure. If plus present simple, will plus base verb. Another type of conditional is the second conditional, which is used for unreal or hypothetical situations. For example, if I were you, I would go. It uses the past simple in the if clause and would plus base verb in the main clause. Let's try using conditionals in sentences. I'll say a sentence, and I want you to repeat after me. If I have time, I will call you. Great! Now, let's try a second conditional sentence. If I won the lottery, I would travel the world. Excellent! Conditionals are very useful when talking about possibilities and hypothetical situations. Interactive grammar exercise. Now it's your turn. I'll say a few sentences, and I want you to identify whether they use the past tense, present perfect tense, or a conditional. Ready? She has lived in that house for 10 years. That's right. Present perfect tense. If he calls, I will answer the phone. Correct. First conditional. They traveled to France last summer. Yes. That's the past tense. Fantastic work, everyone. Understanding these grammar points will help you communicate more clearly and confidently in English. Daily challenge task. For today's challenge, I want you to write 3 sentences using the past tense, 3 sentences using the present perfect tense, and 3 sentences using conditionals. You can use examples from the story or create your own. Share your sentences in the comments below, and I'll check them out. Remember, practice makes perfect. That's it for day 5 of our 10-day English learning challenge. You're doing an amazing job mastering English grammar. Keep practicing, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notifications of our new videos. Also, comment for more videos like this, and check out the English speaking practice video on the end screen. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow for another exciting day of learning.